Alright, I am back with another video, and today we have a bit of a discussion video slash channel update. As you probably guessed from the title, I'm starting to think of a shift in direction, because, well, let's talk about the future of Baldur's Gate 3. That is that there isn't much of one now. Obviously, the game will continue to live for ages and ages. It is a spectacular game, and the modding scene is going to keep it alive for quite a while longer. There's new classes and subclasses being added, and other things like that, equipment, and all sorts of other fun things with the integrated mod system, crossplay, and all of that. The game is going to be alive for a long time. But as far as official updates are concerned, the game is done, and that usually means that the game is going to start to fall out of favour. And for me, that has already happened. I'm going to be honest, I'm tired. I have been making the same type of video for 3 days a week for the past 2 and a bit years, nearly 3 years. And as I look to the future of BG3, and I'm seeing the writing on the wall and the fact that the game's updates are now done, and eventually people will start to move on to the next thing, I've got to move on as well. Now, before you guys get upset and start mass unsubscribing, like what happened last time I made a video like this, hear me out for a minute. This doesn't mean I'm going to stop making BG3 videos. Not at all. I've got some other ideas for content that just may be a bit of a deviation from my standard build-making content. And I still have a few more builds I want to get done, particularly modded stuff, which I'll talk about in a bit. But I do have to kind of give you guys a bit of an update, which I'll talk about more a bit later on, as to what's going to be happening with the channel moving forward. But for now, let's talk about what I plan to do with Baldur's Gate. I'm going to continue to make build videos for a little bit longer. I want to make a build for Minsk and Halsin to round those out. Those will be coming out soon, so that we have builds for all of the companions. I want to finish the most recent patron build that we made over on the livestream, Yunogu, which will come out eventually. And then I'm going to make one more build video to kind of sign off on this era of the channel, because the channel is going to be going through a pretty major change in the next coming months, in which I will be phasing out BG3 as the main part of this channel. Mainly because I need to kind of step away for my own sake, but also because I do think it will be healthier for the channel in the long run if I do start to slightly diversify my type of content. And I will be returning with modded builds as well a little bit further into the future as well, because I do have some good ideas there. I want to make some more videos using Mistress spells, some of the new subclasses by creators like Samragnov, who does amazing work, and just focusing on the tabletop aspect of things. Maybe I'll even do proper mod showcase videos rather than just build videos with the mods being showcased within those. But I do think I need to start changing up my content a little bit in order to keep myself sane. Because I am going through the motions at the moment. I'm not really passionate about build videos anymore, and I have just kind of been making them for the sake of making them. I'm more passionate about community interaction and, like, you know, being able to hang out with you guys and such like that, and being creative. And I don't feel like I'm being as creative with builds anymore. I do feel like I am just kind of making videos for the sake of making videos, and I think that has reflected not only in the channel, in how the channel is being perceived by the community and the wider YouTube audience at large, shall I say, because comments have been getting pretty negative, but that's neither here nor there. I do just want to kind of take a step back, reevaluate myself, reevaluate the channel, and just try and move forward in a new way. So, I'm going to talk about the new kind of content that I am considering for the channel. Nothing that's too far of a deviation from what I have been doing, but is enough that it's going to feel fresh and new for myself, and hopefully for all of you at home as well. First up, Dungeons & Dragons content. The next step from BG3 for a lot of people was to try the actual tabletop game, and since I've started this channel, I have gotten way more into tabletop. I've been able to play games, I've been able to DM games, even some that have been made publicly available on this very channel or in live streams with my friends. And as such, I think I want to try my hand at D&D content once again. Longtime fans of the channel will know that I've done this before. I did make some D&D build videos, and they kind of went down okay, but they certainly didn't perform as well as my BG3 videos at that time, so I ended up stopping them. But I am going to start them again. with the new edition of D&D, that being 2024, which I will try to focus on as I do quite like the new rules, I am going to try and make build videos for Dungeons & Dragons as well as homebrew content, because since I last spoke about D&D, I have made a homebrew subclass for every class. I have come up with my own homebrew rules, and I'm currently working on a rebalanced skill system for the game. So, like, redoing the skill proficiencies and such like that. So, and I would like to be able to share that with you all, because it is something that I am genuinely passionate about, and so you may expect to see D&D content coming in the future. Also, this is kind of a personal thing, but I grew up on videos like Markiplier and Many a True Nerd and Nerd Cubed. Those kind of old style Let's Play videos, which I think a lot of people who are kind of around my age will remember growing up with, around kind of mid-20s now. And as such, I want to take a crack at that. A lot of people have been asking me to do a playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3 on this channel for a while, so I'm thinking of doing a video series in which I actually do play through the game's honor mode, using the Dancer of Dry build and possibly some other builds that you have seen on this channel, and see if I can actually beat honor mode for the first time. Because I keep making build videos, I've never actually had enough time to sit down and do a full honor mode playthrough, so I'm going to give it a go. So you can expect to see a Let's Play series of Baldur's Gate 3's honor mode on this channel. And I'm calling it a Let's Play because that's the best way I can think to categorize it. But then, of course, with that, maybe diving into D&D content, making a Let's Play on Baldur's Gate 3, fine, that's all relatively close to what I've already been doing. So what is the big next step for the channel? Well, that is what I'm thinking is going to be the next big D&D RPG, let's say. Because obviously Baldur's Gate 3 is based on Dungeons & Dragons, but there are other games that have done this before, including the Solasta games. Solasta, Crown of the Magister, was considered one of the best D&D-like RPGs prior to Baldur's Gate 3's release, as it stayed very, very close to the tabletop rules and had a ton of content. And next year, Solasta 2 is coming out, which is the sequel to the first game, which is going to be based on the 2024 rules, which they have just announced, and is also going to be way more, it's going to have way better graphics, it's going to have, a lot more depth to it, it's going to be a much bigger game than the original was, and as such, it seems like that is going to be the next big game for this channel to focus on. And I think when that comes out next year, I'll be able to come back into YouTube full force again and basically do what I did when PG3 launched and just make videos on it and see where I go. And I won't be starting from scratch this time, which I think will be quite nice. So yeah, overall, just to kind of sum everything up, but I will still do a few more build videos over the next coming weeks. I'm going to start shifting into doing D&D content and even some more stuff around Baldur's Gate 3, and I'm going to be reintroducing mods into my videos again slowly, either through mod showcases or new modded builds. However, as I've kind of been alluding to here, I am burnt out. And I've had talks about this before, and this is where the kind of channel update thing is starting. I am burnt out. I have been a few times in the past, but I've pushed through it. This time, I can't. Things in my life have gotten just a little bit more tricky over time. Not in ways that I'll get into too detailed here. I'm fine. Absolutely fine in myself. Nothing's actually wrong. It's just I've had to work harder for less gain, both in my real job and YouTube. As such, I need to take a step back. And again, maybe take some time to figure out exactly how this new era of the channel is going to work. As such, after these next few build videos come out, the 4 that I mentioned, I will be taking a hiatus, or a break, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know how long this break is going to be for. It could be a week, it could be 2 weeks, could be 2 months, could be until next year. I honestly don't know. But when I say I'm taking a hiatus from YouTube, I need to specify that I'm taking a hiatus from being a YouTuber, because I've always said that I'm not a YouTuber, and that has changed. By definition, I am. I upload videos for money. That's it. It's become a part-time job for me, and that was never what it was supposed to be. It was a hobby. I was uploading videos for fun, I was having a good time doing it, and that has changed. And I think I need to stop doing that. I need to stop being a YouTuber, and I need to start being that guy who just kind of posts videos online again. So I'm going to turn it back into a hobby. So when I say I'm taking a step back from YouTube and going on a hiatus, that means I'm going on a hiatus from this 3 videos a week, pumping out content schedule that I've had for years now. Nearly 3. I am going to take a step back. I'm not going to set any expectations for myself as to when videos are going to come out. You are just going to get videos when they happen. Whether that's build videos or some of the new stuff I mentioned, it's just going to happen. But I think for these next couple of weeks, I am pretty much going to stop uploading for a little bit, which, let's be honest, is probably just going to kill the channel outright. But at this point, I'm not sure if I really care. I have a dedicated community of people who I trust and adore. You guys who have stuck by me, whether you're on the Discord or in the comments or always here, you guys know who you are. I always know your names on the live streams. I know a lot of the people who really do support me well, and have always been there for the longest I can remember. And I know you guys will have my back on this, which is why I'm not worried about it like I was before. So yeah, I'm going to be taking a break. Not sure when I'm coming back, but I think this will be the best thing for my mental health, because YouTube has given me bouts of depression, trying to make it all work and balance out, which I know sounds stupid, but there's a reason the big YouTubers quit. And I think people who were on the Patreon build live stream a couple of weeks ago will remember my kind of crash out, is that the term the kids are using these days, where I kind of ranted about YouTube towards the end of the stream. And that was kind of the turning point where I was like, yeah, something's wrong here, and I need to stop. So I am going to be taking a step back, like I said. I don't know exactly when I'll return to regularly uploading content again, but you are going to get little things from me here and there once I feel I'm ready to do so again, before returning to a full schedule later down the line when I've got new things. I've settled into a new style of content. I've settled into a new channel schedule. I've settled into just a new lifestyle. Because I'm going to be 100% real with you all right now. YouTube took over my life. Genuinely it did. There was a time where, and to be fair, this is still true now to a point, where everything I did revolved around YouTube. I would come home from my full-time job, which I'm still working to this day. I would barely even say hello to my family. I would just go straight upstairs and start working on YouTube stuff right away. My weekends would be taken up by working on YouTube stuff. And the very few times later on and then they kind of became that I managed to, you know, later on in the evening, be able to sit down and hang out with friends, take little breaks here and there. But every time I took a break from working on YouTube stuff, I felt guilty, like I was being lazy, that I should be doing something productive. And that is not healthy. I can't relax. I've not slept properly in months because I'm constantly thinking about the performance of the channel, how things are going, what do I need to make next. And in the end, all those thoughts and feelings blur together, and it just drained me. I could barely stay awake at work, and it got picked up on by my coworkers, and they were checking in on me to make sure I was all right. It got pretty serious at one point. Some of my friends who you know on the channel will be hearing this for the first time, because I don't really like to worry other people with my problems, but I do think this needs to be addressed by myself out loud so that I can know that I can go into this decision confidently. So I'm taking a risk, a strategic risk, but a risk that I think will be worth it. Because at the end of the day, if the channel comes back with this new content and does well, I've won. I have figured it out. I have made a better life for myself, and I've figured out how to make YouTube work. If the channel crashes and burns, fails, then I just quietly fade into the background, but knowing that I did accomplish something. I reached the milestone that I had for the channel of 10k way back. I have a massive backlog of videos for people to look over, however they like, and I can look back on what I accomplished, proud of what I was able to do. Because I never thought I could do this. I never thought I could be social, never thought I could be, I don't know, personable, and the channel helped me with that. And I will forever be grateful for what this channel has given me, which is why I don't want to keep treating it like a job. I want to treat it like a passion. And as such, taking a hiatus, but I'll be back, hopefully, with a renewed vigor, with a renewed creative energy, and as a better person again. So, apologize if this got a bit dramatic. Apologies? Good lord. This is why I need to take a break. My brain has become mush. I am so tired. I can't even speak properly anymore, and that's coming up in my videos. Regardless, I apologize if this has been a bit dramatic, a bit low, not really what you expect to hear from me, but I want to put this positive spin on it. This may seem like kind of a depressive thing for me to do, but this is a good thing. This is a good thing to do, to reevaluate, self-reflect, and come back better, and that's what this is for. So, keep an eye on the channel. I'm going to do something I never do, subscribe and hit the bell if you want to know when I upload, because it's going to get a bit sporadic from here on out. So if you want to make sure you keep up with the little things that I'm doing here and there, make sure you do all of the YouTube stuff so that you're notified of when it goes live, and then tell me what you think. A lot of this next stage is going to be based on feedback and how people feel about the whole thing. And if you feel like this new direction of the channel is not something that you want to be aware of, or you think that maybe the channel's gone past it, then feel free to unsubscribe, and I'm happy that you gave me your support in the first place, but I understand that a lot of people are not going to like this new direction for the channel, but at the end of the day, a man's got to do what a man's got to do. Or anybody's got to do, really. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I will sign off here just because I will keep rambling, you know what I'm like. And I thank you for giving me your time to hear this kind of side of things, and I hope that you can continue to look forward to what I've got coming up, even if it might be a little bit different. So yeah, that's going to do it for me. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Whenever next time may be. Goodbye, and thank you once again.